Last week, MARTA's board of directors announced it would be parting ways with the CEO and general manager, Collie Greenwood, at a time when the board cited immigration and personal matters as the reason for departure. However, MARTA explained that Greenwood, a Canadian national, had a work permit, but that it had expired 1 month earlier. With his green card pending, but undelivered, he officially stopped working for MARTA and delegated his duties within the agency. This meant that MARTA was without a CEO at a time when major events took over Metro Atlanta, including the Peachtree Road Race, Club World Cup, we're talking about the World Cup, Beyonce concerts, and Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Here now with us to talk more about this controversy is Atlanta City Council President Doug Shipman. Councilman Shipman, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Now, how concerned are you that the head of Atlanta's transit system was essentially out of commission for a month without the public being told?
Well, it's certainly a concern. MARTA is a very complicated agency. There are a lot of things happening this summer, as there is every summer in Atlanta, and to not be without a leader who's able to function in the role and not to let the public know, that is a concern. I think more broadly also, MARTA's been struggling to deliver daily service, to deliver projects, and so not having a leader, is just another concern that I have with MARTA overall.
Yeah. How did you guys find out about the matter?
We found out along with everybody else when the board announcement was made following his retirement. That's when we found out about it as well.
Wow. How would you describe, how would you describe the relationship between City Council or City Hall and MARTA now?
So I think that there have been a lot of questions over time. There's been an audit that the city called for that showed that MARTA wasn't spending money in the ways that we thought that it should. We've obviously been frustrated with the lack of delivery of projects that have been on the books for several years. So I think that there is a working relationship, but it's strained. I actually hope that this presents an opportunity to bring in a new leader that really understands that MARTA needs some significant changes, really needs a turnaround at this point. And so I think this is an opportunity, if the board is willing to take it, to really set a new direction for MARTA.
So you're hoping that this departure is a reset?
I do hope it's a reset. I think that we've seen MARTA struggle with the Peachtree Road Race, delivering folks on time. Obviously, the Shakira concert the Beyonce concert a couple of weeks ago, the Shakira concert a few months ago, last year with the Pride Parade. I mean, every day there are riders, hundreds of thousands of riders that depend on MARTA to move where they need to be. And unfortunately, MARTA buses don't show up as often as they should. The stations don't look the way that they should. So I hope the new leader really takes a change agenda and says, hey, there are a lot of things we need to improve, and that I and council and a lot of us are willing to help make those changes happen.
Speaking of which, if you had a chance to kind of shape the position, the job for the next CEO, what qualities would you look for and what would you put as priorities at the top of the list?
Yeah, I think number one is somebody who can build a strong team. I think MARTA needs a team that knows how to deliver projects, that knows how to do development around its stations. So someone who can bring in other talented people to the organization. Two, somebody who has turned around organizations, big ones, somebody who knows how to do that. Three, I think some transit knowledge is important, especially around funding, but I don't think they have to be a transit person. I don't think they have to have grown up in the business of public transportation. I think it's more important that someone really understands how to run a complex organization and to recruit a team and has an attitude that they're willing to really tackle and be honest about the challenges that MARTA faces.
Yeah. Do you think the board should consider somebody that's kind of local, Atlanta-rooted kind of a leader next time?
I think it can be someone who's from here, or I think it can be someone who's national. I'm not sure that attribute, whether they're from here or not, really matters all of that much. I think it's more the disposition that they have a track record, that they've shown that they've been able to tackle these kinds of things. I think what's not what we need is status quo. I think we don't need somebody who comes in and says, hey, everything's great and I'm just going to keep the trains running. I think we need somebody who says, no, we really need to make significant improvements and is excited about tackling that challenge.
How would they build up public trust again? How would they do that?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to be open about the struggles. You have to be open about the challenges. Had MARTA come out and said, hey, we're having an immigration documents issue with Mr. Greenwood, I think everybody would understand that. We see a lot of the chaos that the Trump administration is wreaking when it comes to immigration. Everybody would have understood that wasn't necessarily Mr. Greenwood's doing or MARTA's doing. But by not telling folks, by not admitting to fundamental challenges the organization's had, that's what really drives public mistrust. So I think an openness to the challenges and openness to information is the first step in rebuilding the public trust. And then second, I think it's just delivering daily service. If a bus says it's going to show up at this time, it shows up on time. If we say we're going to serve folks that are going to a concert, that we have enough trains to serve them so they're not waiting 30 minutes on the platform. I think the basic delivery is the second piece of rebuilding public trust.
All right. Atlanta City Council President Doug Shipman, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.